Now, remember a couple of videos back, I did a review of this A700W, and in that video I said that it was related to the SA series. Well, there it is. So today we'll be taking a look at this watch, which is the SA-50. Hello and welcome to Digital Casio. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers and the feedback that I've been getting. It's been ace. Thank you so much. If you're new here and you like Casio watches from the past, even the present, this is the channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So today we'll be looking at the SA-50. This is actually the SA-50G, which is the gold version of the SA-50. And you know, its obvious feature is its slimline design. Look how thin this thing is. Now the A700W, which came out recently, was also a thin watch, but this one is the thinnest. I mean, you can't even focus on it, it's so thin. There we go. The module's similar to the A700, but this one has many unique features which I will show you. But firstly, I'll take you around. I'll show you the dimensions of this thing, because that's obviously its selling point. So let's get you a width here. We're looking at 32.72 on the width there. From lug to lug, it is 36 millimeters, and obviously see how thin this thing is. 5 millimeters. Wow. So because it's 5 millimeters thick, I don't think they had room for a light. So you'll see here that we've got these 3 buttons with the indicators of what each button does, but there's no light to this particular watch. I guess they just can't fit one in there. How they make a module so slim and functional like this is clever engineering, I have to say. So it's glass. It's got a glass crystal on it, and the dial is your regular dial, but because this is the G version, we have kind of a gold background to the display, which gives it a nice touch. Now, it's a metal case with these tiny, and they are metal buttons, and they have to be really tiny in order to fit within the case itself. And we can open this up. We have the gold band here, which has the clasp, clip type clasp. We can turn this over. We have the stainless steel back. You notice that the actual back of the band is not gold. It's a painted gold on the surface, but this is the original color. We can take a look at the back here. Your SA-50G. Oh, let's zoom in. There we go. SA-50G. It's got the 145 module. We have a band number there. Let's see if we can get that in focus. This is B35 354M. Come on, focus in. There we go. The B354M. So let's take you through the functions of this watch. It's similar to the A series, but there are a couple of unique things to this watch which I really like. Let me show you what we got here. So your main display just shows the time, hours, minutes, seconds. That's it. But the regular time will show a 12-hour clock, whereas your time here only shows a 24-hour clock. So I guess it gives you an indication of what you're actually looking at any particular time. So we can go ahead and set the watch by moving along all the way through to the end. So we can set the watch. The bottom right button will reset your seconds, and top right button will move it along to the next adjustment. So we can click it once or hold it to adjust the time. So we're going to go with 5:35. Let's adjust that right now. 5:35, and then we've got the month, day, and the date. Sorry, so month first. Okay, month, date. So we've got the 22nd, and today it is Wednesday. Okay, now there's no year on this, so it's not an auto calendar, which the good thing about that is because it's a vintage from 1984, then you know the calendar will never expire. So it's good forever, as long as the watch will last, which in this case it's done a particularly fantastic job. Okay, let's move on to the next function here. We have the alarm. Okay, and this bottom right button here will test the alarm. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Wow, have you heard an alarm like that before? That's what I'm saying. This is the unique features of this watch. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. So we can go ahead and we can click through turns the alarm on and off. So that's the hourly chime, and that's the alarm, or both off. In this case, let's put them both on. We could set the alarm by pressing the top right button, and 5, set it for 6 o'clock, and we're done. The alarm is now set. Let's move on. Next up is the dual time. And again, top right button to adjust. Now the seconds won't change because the seconds are set by the main time. So let's move this forward. As I said, it's in 24-hour format. So let's put it at 9. Oh, sorry, 9:36. And there you go, and that's your dual time. So as I say, it's in 24-hour format, so you can tell the difference. Next up is, now if you notice that the arrow moves along the top here, but when we press the next one, it skips the timer and goes straight to the chronograph or stopwatch. Now why did it do that? Because the stopwatch is also the timer. So we can actually adjust the stopwatch to become a timer. So all we have to do is press this top button, and now it jumps to timer, and now we can set this. So set it for just 1 minute, and that's it. So now it's going to start counting down in tenths of seconds all the way down to 0. And once again, we have a unique alarm for the timer. Okay, so now that the timer's over, it's now gone back to stopwatch. So let's go ahead and activate the stopwatch by pressing the bottom right. It counts up, and it now becomes a stopwatch. So this top right button is now the lap. So we can press this now, and we get a lap time. We can stop the stopwatch and say that the first lap was 9:07. The second lap was 16:40. Press it again, resets everything back to 0, and we're good to go. So that's it. That's all the functions of this watch. But like I say, it's your typical A series, but with the designated S in front of it to denote that it's the slim A series watch. And what a beauty! It really is. As I say, it's just a masterpiece. I love this watch. Let's try it on the wrist. Let's go ahead. There you go. Look at that. Fits my wrist just perfectly. And kind of wrist is a little chubby, but it's not too big, not too small. And you can see the thickness of it there. It's just like you're wearing a little bracelet. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this watch. What do you think? Do you think it's a masterpiece, or do you just think that it's one of those passing fads at the time and nobody's really interested anymore? Bearing in mind that the A700W has recently been released and it's very popular, but maybe it's more down to the aesthetics rather than the actual slimness of the case or anything like that. But for that reason, I do believe that the A700 should have been designated an SA series watch, but just to keep this line going, because they didn't run for very long. It's just a few years between 83 and 85 or something like that. So it would have been nice for Casio to actually have released that watch under the guise of SA. So if you like this review and you want to see more vintage Casio watches, then please do subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up, share the channel, go ahead, hit that bell icon so that you can be informed straight away when one of my new videos comes up. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a good day.